Well, you guys, the damnedest thing just happened to me. I decided I was going to come up in here and give you another lesson, And in the process of it, I did it. I started uploading it. And as I was listening to it and working on its background and stuff like that, it was totally dispersed. It disappeared off my screen. I couldn't hear anything more, and it's erased. It's gone. I can't find it anywhere. So I'm trying it again. But because that's how digital stuff works, But what I was doing is I was giving you, we were talking about slumber, this idea that we have to go without God for a while and then we have God for a while, then afterwards, so we have to go do one thing first, just like we're talking here that you have to do the works first and then, you have to have faith first, get the faith part over and then learn about the works. Okay. It's the same idea. Elijah having to deal totally off of the word of God only. All right, that's living off the letter. It's just beautifully written. So, anyways, I'm going to talk about these dreams. Okay, I hit on it just a little bit, and that was those dreams of that Joseph helps out with, and this is about the. Well, let's just read them. Let me go on down here and check it out. See if we can keep this short. All right, this is from Genesis 41, chapter 4. And it came to pass at the end of 2 full years that Pharaoh dreamed, and beheld, he stood by the river, and behold, there came up from the river 7 well-favored kine, fattish, and they fed in the meadow. And beheld, 7 other kine came up after them out of the river, ill-favored and lean-fleshed, and stood by the other kine upon the brink of the river. And the ill-favored and the lean-fleshed kine did eat up the 7 well-favored and fat kine. So Pharaoh awoke. And he slept and dreamed the second time, and beheld, 7 ears of corn came up on the one stalk, rank and good. And beheld, 7 thin ears, and blasted with the east wind, sprung up after them. And the 7 thin ears devoured the 7 rank and full ears. Pharaoh awoke, and behold, it was a dream. Yeah, well, Revelations, you guys. What beautiful stories. Okay, so the Pharaoh, offers his kingdom basically to whoever can interpret this dream because it bothers him so, worries him so. Sore. So, anyways, there's a guy that can put this together. His name is Joseph. He just happens to be in your prison down there. He just finished reading up on a couple other guys, and this actually is being told to him by the wine bearer, the one that made it. Who he interpreted my dream, and I'm still working. He killed the other guy. And his dream was ill-favored. So here again is the same dreams. It's this idea, this famine. There's going to be 7 years of good times and then 7 years of bad times. So 7 is this idea of a completion. You have to complete the first part. And then when that's when Jesus dies, and then it says it's finished. You have to complete that one before you get the other. Always like this. And so when the skinny little cows came up out of the water, it's like the second beast that shows up. It's like being fed by the raven. They chow down on the fat cows and never even gains an ounce of weight in the process. This is the idea. You get nothing. There's nothing, no substance at all. And at the same time, with those big fat ears of corn, being eaten up. How does another ear of corn eat up another ear of corn? Well, you have to understand that we have those two vines, those two, call them anything. But there's the good side and the bad side. And the bad side wins over a good number of times. And in the stories, we know that is what is called God's separation. So we have Elijah sitting by a brook, which is where things are separated until we can get the rain to come. All right. So all of these stories are pointing towards this idea of going without and then coming about with something that's worthy. Even the interpretations of Joseph's dreams down when he's down there with the baker and the cupbearer. The baker says, I just make him some. My dream was I made them a nice cake and breads and all these different assortments of things and put them in a nice basket, put them above my head. And as I was delivering them, the birds of the air came and took them all away. So again, this is Pharaoh gets nothing from people who just make it up. The baker of the stories. And there's a lot of bakers out there, lots of bakers. I'm trying my hand in it too, in real life. But we're trying to set people straight. It's the cupbearer, the one that actually serves him close to this situation. He says he dreamt of a earth with a vine that grew out of it, right? And that in the situation that it flourished, it grew grapes and stuff like that. He saw a hand go up and squeeze the grapes and let what was inside of it loose, caught it in a cup and served it to his Lord. Well, he lived. That's the story. That's what we're trying to do. It's a natural thing. It happens within us. It's not without. It's not having to do with the baker or anything outside. So this idea of having a drought in the land is what we're getting all of through and through with this Bible. And you can't close your eyes or ears to this. You can just make it out as you're going about your way. All right? Anyways, we do without first, and then eventually we come about on the other side if we're lucky. All right? I love you guys. I'm talking the truth. Let's hope this gets up there. All right?